What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today I actually have a different topic that I've talked about before, and as you can tell, the title of this video, if you haven't read it, it's about how to build credit, and it's mostly for the young people out there that haven't built any credit, or maybe you're still, maybe you're gonna hit your 30s and for some reason you have never used credit, which is pretty much impossible nowadays. But I did want to help some people out just by giving some information that I've actually learned. You're probably wondering, what does this guy know about credit? He looks like, he's in his 20s. Yes, I am 22, but I have some experience actually dealing with credit. I've financed a car already. The only thing I haven't done is a mortgage, which I'm pretty close to. But I just want to give some help to the people that are probably struggling out there. There's a lot of information out there that is not useful. There's a lot of websites that they do have a different interest in mind, and pretty much like take money out of you. And I'm going to be talking about that option later on, but I'm going to give you 3 ways, and all of them are going to be free, so they're not going to cost you anything. It's pretty much going to be free. All you have to do is just put in the work and just submit your information and all that stuff. I'm not affiliated with all the companies that I'm going to be talking about, with the exception of American Express. I do have a card with them, so just keep that in mind. But most of it, I'm not going to talk about American Express because I do have that one card, so I'm going to try to keep it short. So I'm going to give you the fastest way that I've actually helped one of my friends to build credit. I'm going to show you the screenshot over here of the website where he tracks his credit score, and as you can see, it's like within 1 month it literally went from 0 to 700. So there is the proof that I know what I'm talking about to start with. It didn't take that long, and the way that we did it is the one that I'm going to talk about right now, and that's number 1. Pretty much just find somebody that trusted you, and maybe you have proven yourself already that you're a responsible person, and just tell them if they have a credit card that they've probably had for a while and they've done all their payments on time. They can just add you as an authorized sign. It's not an authorized sign, I'm sorry, authorized user. So what this does is everything that they have in the card pretty much transfers to you, basically all the payments that they've done. So automatically that just takes your credit score like up. And that's what I did with my friend. That's why it happened so fast. Obviously after that you're gonna want to build some credit, like on your own or something like that. Maybe he's gonna get you removed once you actually get it going. But if you think that they might not trust you 100% with the card, what I would do is tell them, add me as an authorized user. This is just an option that I'm giving. Maybe it would actually work to convince somebody to let you be as an authorized user. Tell them, just add me, I just want to improve my credit score, I don't want to use the card, you can keep it if you want. And that's what we did with my friend. But that's one of the options. I would recommend to do that if it's somebody that maybe doesn't trust you 100%. It doesn't have to be somebody that's related to you, because with this person I wasn't. The bank that I used was Bank of America, and they let me actually do this without him being actually a relative. However, I did put the same address than me, because he was staying with me for a while, so I did not lie about that. Depending on your situation, you know what information to input actually. So that's one of the options. He got, as you can see in the screenshot over here, he went from having nothing actually to actually having a 730 something, I believe, as you can see in here. And that was within 1 month, from January to February. Pretty much like he had like a really good credit score. It wasn't perfect, obviously, because it was only 1 card. So after that we started polishing, and the second card he got was the American Express Blue Cash Everyday. That's because I have one, so the reason he got that one is because he was gonna do some spend, and there was like a bonus things that was going on. If you want it, I can leave the link in the description below, like I said, just in case you're interested. That's one of the second card he got. It doesn't have to be that one, it can be pretty much anything, because now pretty much you can get almost anything. Obviously not like an American Express Gold card or something like that, but basic card. The American Express Blue Cash Every Day is one of the most basic cashback cards that you can get. So if you're interested in the bonus after you improve your credit, obviously, or like even get it jump started, the link is gonna be in the description below. That is for one of my referral links. You do get a higher bonus than if you would just to go to the page. You can check that by yourself. Like go to the page and then like look at the bonus they're offering and then click on the link, and you're gonna see that it is a little bit more. And I do get a referral fee from that. You know, the one that I haven't had experience with is the last one that I'm gonna talk about. But the authorized user, I added my friend, and then I was added as an authorized user at some point, and it did improve my credit score. So now we're gonna talk about secured credit cards, and that's actually the way I started. I wish that I would have used the first one actually, because it actually took around 6 months to get around the same level that he was. The authorized signer only took about 30 days, 28 to 30 days, pretty much for the credit score to be reported, the credit to be reported, and the payments and everything. It just like, you know, went from 0 to 100. Well, in this case it was 700, but I use a secured credit card, and in this case it does require some money. If you do your payments on time, you're not gonna be charged anything. You know, just because you have a credit card doesn't mean you have to be charged interest, late fees, or anything like that. You do not have to be doing payments. That's a misconception that a lot of people have, that you have to be doing the minimum payment every month to have a payment history. No, that is not true. I did have a coworker that did that, and I did not tell her anything about it, because obviously, like, I don't want to be like, oh, that's not how you do it, you know. I did want to help her out, but sometimes you just can't tell people that directly. So I did have a coworker that she was only making the minimum payment just because she heard from a banker or something like that. That's why a lot of people are confused with credit cards. She heard from a banker that you're supposed to be doing the minimum payment, to actually have a credit record, which is not true. You can literally spend $5 in gas and then just pay it off 5 days later and have a zero balance on your statement, and basically it still says that that you did a payment on it. So you know, you don't have to be doing minimum payments and paying interest on it. So like I said, all these methods that I'm giving you, they're actually pretty much free. Although this one does require a deposit. It's a deposit. You do get it back after a while, typically within 6 months. And this one is the secured credit card. That was my first card, and I got one from Bank of America. Pretty much the one that I let my friend actually be as an authorized user. That was my first secured credit card that I got. You know, you can pretty much get one almost anywhere. If you do bank with a certain bank already, and they do offer a secured credit card, not all of them do, but for the most part, most of them do. If they already offer one, I would recommend you to go with the bank that you already have a relationship with, just because it's gonna be easier. With this one, most of the time you have to apply in person at the branch. Not really sure if you can do online. I haven't actually seen anything like that on the website. But if you do not have a bank, or you just don't want to go with a big bank or something like that, Capital One, MasterCard, it's a MasterCard. I believe it's Capital One and Discover. They offer the secured credit card. All you have to do is just go on Google and look up secured credit card. You know, pretty much it's gonna show you there. But the two ones that I know that are not from major banks are the Capital One and then the Discover secured card. That's a way that you can get your credit started. However, it does take 6 months to actually be a pretty decent credit. You do get a credit after 30 days, the first month that it's reported, but it's not going to be a 7 something. You know, we're talking about here like maybe like a 580, 610, something like that. So it is going to take a while. You're just going to have to be patient. You do have the time for that. And as I said, it does require a deposit. Mine was $300, which if it's a little bit too much for you, I do have another option with this. It doesn't require any money. However, it does have other requirements. So that gets me to number 3 actually. And this is the student credit card. And like I said, personally, I have had an experience with it. Not me directly, but actually my girlfriend, that's how she got her first credit card. And we didn't know each other that well back then, so I didn't add her to mine. I know now that I think about it, it's kind of messed up. But pretty much she got the student credit card just because she was still in college, and she didn't have the option to do a secure credit card because she didn't really want to lock her money in because she was, using it for school and all that stuff. So if you're a student and you're a little bit of time and money, this is the best option for you, pretty much. Other than the authorized user, that, like I said, that's the best way and the fastest way. But if the other two don't work for you, this is the other option that I have. The student credit card. There's a lot of banks that actually offer them. Wells Fargo is one of them. Maybe you can look into that. Like I said, just go on Google and look up student credit cards. For this, I would try to stick with major banks or like Capital One, reputable ones. Same thing for the secured ones. Just because there's a lot of shady banks out there that just target people with no credit at all, and they just charge you so many fees. So what I'm gonna do is actually I'm just gonna pretty much add some of them on, not the link, but at least like the names, and then you can do your own research with it. Those are the ones that I know that don't charge any fees for every category that I've talked about. Just because there's a bank called like Credit One, which a lot of people confuse with Capital One, just because Capital One it has a name for it, and then this bank comes over here with the Credit One and offers a freaking card for like people don't have good credit, but they charge like a certain fee. I'm not really sure if it's monthly or yearly, but it's ridiculous. It's a ripoff, obviously. So I'm trying to save you from that, and then obviously do your own research. Even though you watch this video and you're gonna learn most of it, still do your research. Credit, as I say, it's a tool. It can pretty much make your life, and make your life pretty much pretty good, or it can like ruin your life completely. So like I said, just be really careful with credit, and like I said, try not to keep any balances, pay them off. That's the number one rule. Like I said, you don't need to have any balance. Sorry if I am making the video a little bit too long. It's just I feel like all that information is essential, especially if you don't have a lot of things about credit. I'm not gonna get into like little details and everything, but pretty much all I'm giving you is just the basics. If you are interested in a certain topic, other than the one I've talked about here, just let me know in the comments below. I'll try to make a video specifically on it. Maybe you're a little bit more advanced and you want to get like a credit line increase, or like you want to know how you can improve it, lowering your credit utilization ratio or something like that. That it is a little bit more advanced, but like I said, just let me know. Maybe this video didn't help you as much as I thought it would, but I know there is going to be somebody that's going to appreciate the information a lot.